Cloud computing resources are typically provided in three different models. Infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. This is the most basic cloud service model, and under this model, the cloud provider offers computers, physical or more often virtual machines, and other resources. IaaS refers to online services that abstract the user from the details of infrastructure like physical computing resources, location, data partitioning, scaling, security, backup, etc. Platform as a service, or PaaS. PaaS offers a development environment to the application developers. In this model, the cloud provider typically develops toolkits and standards for development and channels for distribution and payment. In the PaaS model, cloud providers deliver a computing platform, typically including operating system, programming language execution environment, databases, and web servers. Some examples of PaaS are AWS Beanstalk, Azure Websites, etc. Software as a service, or SaaS. In the software as a service model, users gain access to application software and databases. Cloud providers manage the infrastructure and platform that run these applications. Software as a service, or SaaS, is sometimes referred to as on-demand software and is usually priced on a pay-per-user basis or a subscription fee. Some examples of SaaS are Google Apps, Microsoft Office 365, etc. Most eminent companies and numerous startups have already started using the AWS cloud. So why are these companies adopting cloud computing, and in particular AWS? Let's understand the reasons for this sudden shift and how it can help you too. AWS is based on cutting-edge agile technology, that is cloud computing. It provides shared computer processing resources and other infrastructure services on demand. For a consumer of these services, the underlying computers, storage, and network elements which form the core of these infrastructure services are invisible or hidden, as if obscured by a cloud. Cloud computing allows enterprises to get their applications up and running faster with improved manageability and less maintenance. This agility is the prime reason why businesses are shifting to cloud and AWS. Traditionally, deploying private IT infrastructure meant that you had to wait weeks or months to procure the equipment, deploy it in the right configuration, and monitor it constantly. On the other hand, cloud computing has enabled businesses and IT departments to deploy and consume the required computing resources within minutes. Furthermore, this computing capacity comes with unlimited scalability and elasticity. You can ramp up or ramp down your consumption based on your business growth trajectory, seasonality, or just based on your customer usage patterns. Some other benefits which AWS provides are security. AWS provides completely secure environment which satisfies the most demanding information security requirements. Multiple global corporations and governments trust AWS with their crucial data. AWS is compliant with most of the security and governance standards out there. It is backed by rich controls, auditing, and broad security certifications. AWS is robust and flexible. Its hybrid cloud capabilities helps you to build flexible and extensible IT architecture that extends your on-premises infrastructure to the cloud. Traditional IT deployment models meant we had to purchase expensive equipment, even though this equipment was never used to their full capacity. But with cloud computing, we can optimize the usage of compute resources. We can limit the use of compute resources to exactly what we need and discard the rest off without any liability. So with AWS, you can convert your CapEx to OpEx. Pay only for the services you select and use them at a minimum expense. AWS is always optimizing their operations and streamlining their business. All the savings which result in due to these optimizations are passed on to their clients. So overall total cost of ownership decreases when you switch to AWS cloud. This low total cost is another huge reason why companies prefer AWS. In traditional IT deployment models, you had to guess the maximum capacity your system will need to support at peak usage. Subsequently, this compute capacity was deployed and left running at all times even though it was not used optimally. With AWS, you can measure exactly what kind of compute capacity you need and deploy those resources just in time. In case the load increases, you can add additional resources without much efforts or delays. AWS provides a wide variety of services and is scalable for the needs of very large companies as well. It does not lock your investments into expensive technology. It helps you acquire the resources on demand, pay for what you use, leverage each other's competencies, and turn fixed costs into variable costs. AWS also encourages a culture of innovation amongst developers. It lets you try, experiment, develop, and explore without the fear or risk of failure.